So sometimes I think that people forget that there is a whole world and a life outside of social media. And the numbers that you generate on social media, yes, it can change your life. And yes, you can, have access and opportunities to all kinds of things online. And social media and the internet is a significant tool. I obviously use it. However, people have been judging me. Like they'll say, oh, I see the amount of views you get. I see the amount of people commenting. I see how many likes you have. I see this, I see that. And they think that somehow equates to my net worth or what skill that I have or my value as a living being, or however you want to word it. There's a lot of judgments that people put out there based off of what they see online. And I think that they forget that you can make a huge impact in person. And in fact, I make a bigger impact in person than I ever have online. I've been on social media since it began, all the way back to MySpace and all the above, and I have fun online. I genuinely enjoy social media. That's why no one's been able to bully me off the internet. I keep on keeping on because I genuinely love it and I see it as a useful tool, and I'm not afraid to express myself publicly online, and I don't have any fear expressing myself publicly in public. I'm very much Sarah, very much Melanoa, and very much me no matter where I go. But I think people get too caught up in the numbers games. And, I think that's like a tech bro psyop. I think that people are being brainwashed and conditioned to think that people's value and worth is tied into their persona online. And I guess that could never be me. I just don't care. I don't care how many likes I get. I don't care how many people comment. Of course, you want those things, because you want to inspire a collective. And I'm fine with my small collective. I'm fine with however big my collective grows. But I'm not going to judge somebody based off of something as superficial as comments, likes, and views. I'm going to judge somebody based off of the substance of their content. And most people with a lot of views don't have a lot of depth or substance to their content. They are shallow. The internet is quite a shallow place, and I'm not a shallow person, so I don't expect myself to be overly successful in shallow spaces. I wait for people to reach my depth, and honestly, the more depth you have, the smaller the number count was going to be. There's not, how would I say that? Hold on. So statistically speaking, there's going to be a larger pool of people in the bell curve. Well, if I'm an outlier, then that means statistically I'm not going to have as many people that are able to reach my depth. So I don't care about the judgments. I just think it's really interesting that people automatically assume that I don't have anything valuable worth watching or saying or any of the above, because they automatically see the view count, they see the like count, they see all these other things, and it just doesn't, I don't know, I don't think it's a fair assessment. I don't think people are judging people fairly because of these illusions of numbers and influence and impact, and I would rather impact one person deeply than impact millions of people shallowly, superficially. I'd rather change one person's life than change a million people's moment. But that doesn't mean that those little moments don't matter, because those little moments add up. So if I can just make you smile for a second, then that is a step in the right direction. And that's why I don't discredit the shallow end. I don't discredit the bell curve. I'm not focusing on only reaching outliers. I believe in reaching the full spectrum and, reaching people where they're at, and embracing all of those little moments all the way to those super huge moments. But I think as a culture we need to quit being obsessed, and people have said this for fucking years now. We need to quit being obsessed with likes, and we need to quit being obsessed with views and all of these other things, because people aren't putting out quality. They're putting out quantity to reach more quantity instead of putting out quality to get more quality. And I think that that's just a manifestation, a mirror of our mass-produced capitalistic society. we've gotten away from the craftsmanship of everything, and that includes the content that we consume online. You know, things on like MySpace, I feel like used to take just like a little bit longer, because people were really putting their intention and time into it, you know, to craft their profile and to do all these other like cool things. But people are deeply impatient nowadays, and they want things now, instant gratification. And in order to reach that frequency, most things are going to be lemons. They're going to have malfunctions. They're not going to be as quality. And if I've learned anything, is I would much rather wait for the real thing, the genuine thing, the thing that's going to last forever, than to settle for something that is instantaneously gratifying. So with all that, I guess like keep judging me, keep judging others for all of these like petty superficial reasons, and miss out on something monumental. But at the same time, you know, all of these like little superficial moments, that's eventually what gets us to the deep end. You got to gradually like tiptoe your way out until you feel confident enough to swim and dive and all of the above. So I think that there's a purpose to every stage, but someone who is definitely like a deep ender, I guess my announcement or my epiphany to myself is that I can't let those judgments get to me, and anyone who tries to use that against me is just kind of missing the point. And as well, like I would rather impact somebody in the real world than this simulation world, and unless it's just we're simulation within a simulation. So I would rather influence people in the old simulation than the new simulation, but I suppose that I would really like to impact people in every simulation, in every world, in every realm. You know, I would like my reach to be as far as it possibly can. I think everyone kind of wants that. I think that's why we put ourselves out there, see how far we can go. But I do think that, you know, we're kind of forgetting the point of it. We're getting trapped in the matrix, right? Like the internet's the matrix. It's a matrix within a matrix, or hell, whatever, you know, just all the fucking stupid silly things. But I don't know, there's been a whole understanding of just like how much like social media has, and the tech bros has just become, I was talking to my friend Michael, like how it's become a mafia. It's become a mafia with mafia rules, and if you don't play the game, then you get whacked. And so to that, I say bet.